Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing the Vimtag Mini G3 security camera. It's in this tiny little box, like so, right? There's a lot of functions going on in this thing for the price. It's under 30 bucks. It's not battery powered, it's not rechargeable, it's not solar. You have to leave it plugged in is the only catch. But if you do have an outlet, maybe in your overhang of your home, Christmas tree outlets or whatever you want to call them, security outlets. If you have those there, then this could work wonders for you. But if not, well, then you got to figure it out. But for the money, what all you get in this and in the software, once you get it connected, which we'll go over that, it's pretty awesome. So let's just go over some quick specs about this thing. You get day and night HD video. You get 1080p, full 1080p. It doesn't just say high definition, which means 720p typically. Full HD, which is 1080p. Built-in spotlight. It's got a pretty powerful LED light, and I compared it with my Ring security lights, which are very expensive in comparison. And mine has a lot of LED lights down the sides. This has one high brightness LED, like right there, right up top. And that beast does a job, and you'll see it in the video comparison there. Two-way audio, so you can talk back and forth. Motion and human detection, you can go into the app and set up how you want your detection to be and the sensitivity and all that. It's all covered in the app. Ready for any weather with IP65 waterproof rating. It should work down to -4 degrees Fahrenheit and upwards of 131 degrees Fahrenheit. So you should be covered in all the conditions. It does work with Alexa too, so that you can live stream that through the Alexa. If you have a Fire something TV, you might could get a live stream through that. I don't, but I think that's how it works. So let's talk about the process of this little guy here, because this is what you get. You get this little articulating base here, which you can mount. You got one screw hole there, or you get some adhesive stuff. But you can stick this upside down. You can change the orientation within the app to work upside down or right side up. All that stuff you can do. You get a little wire thing that you can run there to secure and just not put a lot of stress there, which is nice. A little logo, Vimtag logo here. Camera's really nice. The little tiny microphone works. The speaker port in the back, it works. You get a flap here, which you get access, you gain access to your micro SD card slot, which I recommend in the very beginning stages up front. Go ahead and get your micro SD card, put in there before you set it up. It just makes life easier. I had to go back and reset and restart it all once I decided to put the micro SD card in. Should have done it from the beginning, so I'll recommend that. There is a reset button here that has that silicone covering over it, so there's really nothing exposed. That's probably not meant to be exposed. You do get the QR code on the side here, which you will use to set up. But yeah, the process of setting this up was tricky, because it's not tricky if it worked the first time. The problem is you just have to keep continuing to try to set up. It probably took 20 times to go through the process, which isn't long. It's just aggravating to go do it again. And then finally it's stuck with my network. Everything worked flawless from then on out. 2 weeks up and outdoors, and have had zero issues. Anytime I want to connect to it and look at it, it's been great. But it was just that initial setting it up, and then once I decided to put the micro SD card in, like the next day, I had to go back through that process again. So don't let yourself go back through that process again, and just put the SD card in first, okay? So other than that, here is some footage of some test footage that I got from talking to it from day and night with LED lights on and all that good stuff. This is 10 feet away. Here's about 20 feet away right here. is probably the max is 30 feet.
Say hi to Daddy. Hi, Daddy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Daddy, what are you doing? Daddy, what are you doing?
Just for comparison's sake, I'm 10 feet away now from the Ring camera, which is way more expensive than that one. This is what you get. We'll go back to 30 feet.
So this does have a CMOS sensor and bigger f1.6 aperture lens. It can get in 2 times more light that way, which means that it doesn't need a huge array of LEDs to work at night, which you can see the Ring Cam, which is a big Ring Cam, the most expensive one that they have. It has a lot of LEDs, but it struggles at night in comparison to this, which is bizarre. But I'm assuming it's because of the f1.6 aperture lens on here that allows more light in. It doesn't have to have a ton of LEDs. The night vision of this looks really good. I don't have any complaints for the price, for sure. I'm talking about this for the price. Even if it was higher, it would still look good. But it's priced pretty sweet, and it's on sale a lot for 25 bucks. But it's anywhere from $25 to $29, and even at the full price of 29 bucks, I'd say go for it. If they could somehow work out that initial setup process and make it like work the first time, I don't know why, but once it does work, it seems to stick to the network, and I had no issues. The app's good, like combing through the day and looking at motion and stuff on the app, it's good, so I don't have any issues with that. Yeah, so there's not much to talk about with it, except give it a shot. It'll take up to 128 gigs. Micro SD card too, by the way, so when you order this thing, keep that in mind. It separates here. It's got a covering. It goes over into the micro USB, which it doesn't matter, micro type C, it doesn't matter on these type things, but it's good cover, good seal here. This was exposed to the elements. It's a little dirty. Had no problems. This set out in a my gutter that comes from the overhang comes in a little bit. There's a little gap up in there. I just put that thing right up into that gutter overhang, and that's where it lived for a couple weeks. And I have the overhang outlets in for security, for Christmas lights, all that kind of stuff for product testing. It's just been a real gem to have that installed all around. All the corners of the house has those. So if you do that, or if you're going to build, I would recommend doing that. You never know what you want to use them for. It's well worth the money to have that ease of connection to things. Closing, this has been a good little security camera for indoor outdoor. It is 25 to 29 bucks, which is sweet. It's a very good price point, very competitive. Wi-Fi built in to connect to your network. It'll use an App Store or Google Play app to do that, and to manage everything about it will also be handled within the app, which is fine. I've never had any issue with the app once established, once a connection had been established. That was the problem. Took a long time for that. Other than that, that's it. The product will be linked down in the YouTube description below, so make sure to go check that out for the cheapest possible price. Make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that dong so you get notified of the next product I've got coming, and I've got a lot. I'm always behind. Always behind. 2 little kids, ball games, all that kind of stuff, and managing this. I always stay behind. See ya.